As is often the case, isn't it? Well, one of the residents whose home was affected by the Pegasus pipeline spill is Chris Harrell. Let's talk to him now. Hi there, Chris. Thanks for taking the time to be with us on RT tonight. How was your town, Mayflower, affected? We've seen the pictures. It's hard to get the scale of it from just the pictures. How's it affected you and the people you know?
Sure. Well, it's an absolute mess, a huge inconvenience, and there's a lot of concerns about what happens next.
Yeah, and that's the question. What is going to happen next?
Well, the cleanup process is ongoing right now. There's a lot of personnel and equipment in the area, but so they're saying it could take weeks or months to get it close to some sense of normalcy, just allowing people back fully in the neighborhood.
And that leak's been definitely stopped now, yeah?
That's correct. They shut some valve on up the pipe. They'll have to go in and excavate this section and see about replacing it, I suppose.
How close was it to houses where people live?
Well, it actually went through some yards in some of the houses and down one of the main streets in our subdivision. It's a big effect on quite a few houses.
We're looking now over your shoulder there at some pictures of it. It's obviously got into the watercourses, into some of the dikes there. But I mean, how much oil are we talking about here? I mean, try and paint a picture for us. Sure.
The term I've heard is close to 10,000 barrels of oil of the Canadian crude that escaped. They're saying they've cleaned up about 12,000 barrels of both oil and water out of the, like you said, the ditches and local waterways, and even one of the local lakes where it almost got in there as well.
I guess there's been lots of people from, lots of officials from Exxon Mobil then coming to apologise and wanted to speak to you all, yeah?
There are some in the area. There's a claims department that's been set up, but we've not heard a lot from them just yet. So we're kind of taking a wait-and-see approach of what happens next? How are we going to be compensated, and how long before some of our neighbors can get back in their homes?
Would you have hoped for a more hands-on approach maybe from them so far? Could you have done with seeing a few more people from the company?
Well, so far as the cleanup process, they've done a good job there, but they've not done a really good job of communicating to some of the residents. That would be my opinion.
This oil pipeline's nearly 65 years old. It's one of the oldest in the country, isn't it? I mean, were there worries in your community about this before, considering the amount of oil that was going through it daily and its age?
Well, truth of the matter is, a lot of the residents in our neighborhood weren't aware that the pipeline was even there.
Really?
Yes, believe it or not, and that may be a shame on us kind of thing, but Friday afternoon when the oil was running down the street, that was the first time many folks even knew that it was anywhere in the area.
So let me just get a picture of this. This pipeline that burst, it's buried underneath. It's not running over ground, yeah, this particular bit?
That's correct. They're saying it's buried between 20 and 24 inches under the dirt.
Of course, the problem is here, you know, there's a huge need for oil, a huge need for energy in the States. How else are you going to get it around? It's the most efficient way to move oil around. Do you think that these companies like Exxon that make so much money here are doing enough to keep these pipes in good enough maintenance, given their age?
Well, obviously, something wasn't done in this case to allow the spill to happen. But like you said, it's a necessary evil. My father always said, everyone likes bacon, but no one wants a hog pen in their backyard. That's kind of how we feel about the pipeline.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, what about the people that were turfed out of their houses? I think it was 22 houses affected, wasn't it? Are they back in now? How are they?
No, sir. They're still staying in local hotels in the area. They've been allowed back in their homes for 20 minutes at a time to gather belongings, take care of pets. And they don't know when they'll be back for good. And
did the oil actually go into their houses? Again, the pictures we're seeing, it's kind of in the culverts around. Did any houses directly get affected inside? Because it's such a mess, isn't it?
Absolutely. Well, it kind of flowed against the back of some houses, basically. There is some concern that it may have gone down through the foundation into some of the weep holes. And they're saying that they're going to have to dig out 3-4 feet underneath any saturation, and where that oil flowed against the back of some houses, I'm sure that will affect the foundation and may have to have some houses condemned, it looks like.
Yeah, Chris, thanks. Give our best to everybody. Thanks for your time. We do appreciate it. Chris Harrell there, one of the residents of the town affected by that Pegasus pipeline spill.